Are you ready to take your investment game to the next level? Introducing Digital Investor, your ultimate guide to mastering the digital marketplace. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Digital Investor brings you cutting-edge game theoretical strategies, expert insights, and real-time tips and tactics to analyze, evaluate, invest, and grow your wealth. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Visit www.nickblacknex.com and start your journey with Digital Investor today.
All right. Let's see. Brandon.
Another sunny day, man. Another sunny day.
Sunny day in some sunny place.
Yes, it's beautiful.
What is our weather like? Let me see. What's our weather like today?
Crap. Well, I'll tell you what, it's 75 here now, but we're going to fly home. Like, I got to leave the show like 10 minutes early, but we're flying home, and it's going to be like 4 degrees, man. I hate it. So we may...
69.
Oh, beautiful, warm temperature, right?
Oh, yeah. All
yes.
Right. Well, let's get to business then.
Elephant in the room, right? So what are we talking? Node market, the pools. Everybody's complaining about the pools. Anyway, so apparently the graph stopped working for a little bit last night. So then I got 472 emails and 672 messages on Telegram. And then a couple people said completely node market's all down, but it's not. It's just they like to generalize, you know? But that's cool. It's just the pools. The pools stopped showing rewards. So we haven't lost any of the data, so we're working on it. But anyway, just we're gonna put like a banner up anyway. We're working on it. But yeah, you'll be able to claim just fine. But apparently, so the graph stopped reading the IPFS data and then stopped relaying that message over to node market. So we're gonna have to figure out why it did that and then just fix it. Anyway, it'll be fixed soon.
Hey man, crypto ain't easy. Let's see.
Crypto ain't easy.
Crypto ain't easy. Let's see.
That's it.
All right, so that's the only.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I am excited. We're going to be talking about markets today. We should probably too go over the $100 portfolio again real quick, since it's December 31st. People got to get ready for the new year, right?
Yeah. Okay. Why is Live Coin Watch showing NTX at 8, but when you go to do the transaction, it's selling at 3? Is there a glitch? No. We've talked about this. I can go through it and tell you again. Hawaii. Whenever you look at the price, this is something, by the way, that I thought was just an accident. I don't think it's an accident. I think that I think this is an experiment by the Singularity DAO people to see if they can rig the market, to rig the price to where people buy into it. Because when you look at where the price is 8 cents and it was 9 cents, 9.5 cents over the weekend, it's on exchanges with $26. It's on DEXs with $13, $8 worth of volume. So someone's putting in a few ridiculous orders. And because of the way Live Coin Watch tends to snatch the price. If you go to CoinMarketCap or if you go to do a swap in MetaMask, you're not going to see that price. So that's a bogus price based on about $14 worth of trades. And the actual, and I had a feeling it was going to catch some people. I thought people would go and go, oh, I'm going to just do a swap. I'm going to go swap, like go through MetaMask or something like that. And they'd end up getting swapped out at 3.5, 4 cents and be like, what, the jihad? Well, you have to look at all the markets. So just as a quick, just so you can see this I have to go all the way down to where this crap asset is. It ain't 8 cents. So when you go in here and you go look at the markets, see all these price action? This is with about $12 worth of money. If you go actually look at the markets themselves and look at the volume, oh, it's 7.5 cents with $2 in volume, $2 in volume. Oh, it's 7.8, $3. Oh, it's 3.7 cents, 16,000. Again, this is dust, but this is how you're getting it. You notice Ethereum, 3 cents, 3 or 4 cents. Pancake, chump change. Pancake swap, chump change. Pancake swap, chump change. Pancake swap, chump change. You see that? That's total about $40 worth of volume. Go to the next one. So what you're seeing here is that where there's no volume, it's strange. The price is like 8 cents or 9 cents. Where there's any actual volume, and this is only $200, 3 cents. Let's go to the next one. 54,000 in volume. MEXC, 3.7 cents. So ain't nothing going on over at NewNet. It's just that on Pancake Swap, on BNB, the price is a little spammy. And I would have thought, what do you think, Brandon? I mean, I would have thought it was just a glitch, except that they're doing it in so many different, like you're seeing little pockets of 10 and 12 and $15. Maybe it's not the Singularity DAO guys. Maybe it's somebody else just trying to spam up the price to try to get people excited about it. I don't know. It's just, and Howard, this isn't.
Well,
that was
with
one of your favorite.
The Pancake Swap, so it's over there on Dex. I mean, it is trading at 8 cents if you're over on the BNB network. Is NewNet on the BNB network? I thought they all had a bridge over pretty much, and so liquidity is draining over there pretty much. Yeah. And so even though you'll get 8 cents, if you have it on BNB, it won't be a lot. So it's definitely smaller lots. It's $100, $200,
no, less.
$400.
I don't think you can get 100 filled.
Oh, really?
I looked on Pancake Swap, and anything I got above $40, it wouldn't fill. Like it starts, and that's why all the trades are like $12, $7, $2.
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna look at the trades and see. Yeah, probably pretty garbage.
Yeah. So it's a combination of you're getting drained over there, and there's probably someone over there. I mean, someone with $40 could spam this price up. And again, I don't know why Livecoin Watch pulls data from all of those nebulous Pancake API, whatever. Holy crap, that's hot.
Yeah, I don't know either. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me because NewNet has like 14 price tracking areas, and Livecoin Watch wants to pull from that one. Okay,
yeah.
Why not aggregate it at least? Oh well, that Livecoin Watch is just a tracking tool. It's not. You can't even trade really on Livecoin Watch, so it doesn't matter.
I thought it was sketch behavior from Singularity DAO, but they're not even that cheap. Like they're not even. That's even low for them. And matter of fact, that's just punching down. So it's like, it's probably just someone with like $40 worth of Pancake Swap tokens who wants to make his portfolio look. Wait a minute, Howard, has this been you the whole time?
I think you figured it out.
Barks the most.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Howard, he has his whole portfolio in NewNet. We know that. Well, NewNet and what else is it? Fetch, maybe?
I just found a paradox. Somebody told me the other day, he who smelt it dealt it.
Okay.
But also, the guilty dog barks the most. But what if What if you smell it, but you don't say anything? Therefore, you dealt it, and yet you're not the guilty dog. You're not barking the most, but you are the guilty dog. What do we do in a situation like that?
That's a real conundrum. Howard,
Yeah.
let us know. You're gonna have to give us some insight there, buddy.
That's the immovable object and the unstoppable force colliding. Anyway, okay, so that's all that's going on there. I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. What we will talk about when we get behind the wall is, and this is no surprise, very anemic markets, very quiet. No one's much institutionally. No one's much trading. They don't do much of anything, and prices are grinding down. And you're seeing again the last remnants of the newbies. I think the newer to Bitcoin panicking out a little bit, but you're not even seeing panicking right now. 2.5%. This is this slow, attenuated grind, which I think we all kind of saw coming. Even Friday we were talking about. I don't think anybody expected a after Christmas new run. I tell you
Nobody's
what, though,
coming in with size. Nobody,
no,
except for
but
Tether.
It does look to me much more appealing. I know it sounds weird, appealing at 92,000. Bitcoin is appealing at 92,000. It's much more appealing than it was at 108,000.
Oh yeah.
There's this point you start going, shit, if I miss this thing, like, and you know it's going to retrace. These things always retrace, and now we're down. Brandon, can you do the quick math? What are we from 92,000 down from 108? It's what, 18%? It's about 18%,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, something like that. Hold on.
I wouldn't normally blow on coffee.
Yeah, I'd say about 18%, 17%. I mean, it's dropped, man. It's dropped. But this also is only half of what it normally drops during a bull market. So just so y'all know,
26 to 36 are those big
dips. Yeah.
So
but I do think it's going to be more subdued this time. But I'm not shocked at all. I mean, 18%. This is normal.
So then, what we're going to do today is, I think we should go through. We're going to go behind the wall early. We don't need to stay out front in public. There's not any news. None of this is based on news. None. Zero, zilch, nada. There's no new news. There's nothing bad. There's only kind of good things ahead with Trump and the administration and his rubber stamp coming in. So everything there's fine. I will say this. There was an interesting IRS article that I read about a safe harbor thing. And then I saw there was a girl, Crypto Tax Girl. Yeah, Crypto Tax Girl. And I think it's cryptotaxgirl.com. And she has a firm, and they only do, this is not an ad, they don't know who the fuck we are, but I did like her video. It's long, and it will bore you into a coma. But there's a form that you can fill out right now. I'll give you the basics of it. The safe harbor thing is essentially this. Because the IRS would like everyone to do their taxes wallet to wallet to wallet. Basically, each wallet is its own unique thing. Get all your tax basis, your dollar cost, for each wallet that you own, and then pay. They would like you to do that. That's the way it works in the equity space.
You imagine?
Fuck. So what she said is, what this safe harbor, and there's a form that you can fill out. And you literally fill it out. It's got like 4 things. You fill it out. You keep a copy, signed, dated copy on your computer. Just keep a copy so that your computer has time-stamped it that you did it in 2024, meaning before Wednesday. And the reason, and again, I'm not saying this is accurate. I'm saying this is what she says, and she knows more about taxes than I do, is that would, you stipulate that your system for keeping books is highest first, basically meaning when you sell something, the basis is of the highest price you bought the asset at. So let's say you bought Bitcoin at 50K in one wallet, at 100K in another wallet, and then you sold at 90K. That's technically a 10K loss under that system. You need to stipulate that on this form. so that later on the IRS won't come back and say, you cheating son of a. No, you're like, bro. Because the IRS apparently is changing. Anyway, a lot of that shit's going to get rolled back anyway. I don't think a lot of this kind of weird crypto tech, they're going to have to like smooth that out. So we'll wait and see what happens with Trump. But you go and fill out the form, you have it on your computer, and later on when the IRS says what, you say, look, I filled out this form. This is part of your safe harbor thing. This is how I did books until 2020, until the beginning of 2025. From here forward, I'll do my best effort to do wallet to wallet. That is going to be god darn nightmare. Can you imagine?
No, because you'll have to operate each wallet like a its own entity. So each one would basically have a startup cost. Basically, your initial purchases in the wallet. If you transfer from one wallet to another wallet, then you have to adjust for the cost basis. And
no. The thing, the way it works, the IRS is if you transfer from one wallet to wallet A to wallet B, and you sell in wallet B, it's the cost basis is the wallet B cost basis. No longer did the wallet so if you bought that Bitcoin at 100K, transferred it to a wallet where you bought Bitcoin at 40K is your cost basis, not the 100 that you bought it for. Basically,
what if you have a fresh wallet every time you transfer?
Well, there's no rules.
No
for
cost
that.
Ain't
Ain't no rules for that. Well,
what if you mix it into a fresh wallet? What if you tornado cashed it? And what's that?
if you have no cost basis, that's zero, and then your tax is of the whole, right? Like
100%, right? Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So anyway, go to cryptotaxgirl.com. I think that's what it was. Some people had put a link to her video in some of the chats. But anyway, it's like a very long video. It's like 40 minutes. And I listened to it, and it was tough to get through. And that's really all I got. The rest of it, she was kind of like, and no, it's not first in, first out. Well, listen, I'm not telling you what to do on your taxes. That's between you and your CPA. What I'm telling you is there's first in, first out, lowest in, first out, highest in, first out, last. There's all these different ways that crypto tax lawyers do it, and no one knows what's legal and what's not.
So let's real talk this for a second. Let's real talk this. So you're telling me these 80,000 degens with 40 Phantom wallets are going to be doing this?
Ain't paying shit. They're not going to pay.
Like, I'm just like, why don't? Oh my gosh, why can't we simplify the tax code?
No, why don't they go find all the people that cheated on the PPP loans? Oh wait. Oh, so
that was too long ago. That was too long ago.
Here's my rule, and I've always done this. It's just render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Meaning, if you
that's fine. So why not do like a consumptive or a fair tax where everybody just pays instead of all these loopholes, these in and out rules, these this is a joke. Like at the end of the day,
that's why a flat tax or a VAT makes more sense.
That's what they use in Europe, right? Yep. So when we were over in Romania, we would just swipe it and extra 19% at the checkout. No big deal. Whatever.
It is what it is. And So, I mean, who knows what the IRS can look like after the Doge father goes through there, right? The Department.
Oh, yeah. They said they're going to scrutinize all the payments to Ukraine now. They're going to see if any of it funneled back to any politicians here. I don't know what the over-under is on that, but yeah, probably pretty high.
It seems like everybody there got good on the weapons contracts.
Yes. Yeah, they did well.
Anyway, man, this caramel flavored coffee is incredible.
I'll get up and eat.
Anyway, okay. It's FIFO for a first in, first out. I mean, listen, it all ends up the same. Whether you go first in, first out, last in, first out, highest first, whatever, it's all the same. Only thing she said was on that video is to say highest first, meaning that the highest cost basis are the tokens you're selling first. And that way that you can save up your big wacky pay, but eventually you pay the same unless the tax scheme changes in between, and therefore highest first makes the most sense right now. And anyway,
this is Yeah,
don't think so.
this is probably true, Sean, and this is also why I think it's going to change substantially during the Trump presidency, because he doesn't want this to deal with it like this either. I think there's going to be some changes, and they'll probably retroact. I guess I don't know which senator's in there. No, it's Kathy Wood. She's trying to get this bill passed for crypto, or trying to work a lobby for this bill for crypto that's actually going to retroact to January 1st once it's passed. And typically when they pass a bill, it's usually for the next year. So she's like aggressively trying to get this to retroact too. So we'll see.
Well, anyway, I wouldn't be too stressed about this. You know, if you made $1 million in crypto, you know you pretty much know what your cost basis is. I mean, pay something, man. Just pay something.
Well, that would be easier if you just knew, like, hey, I'm up $100,000 and I pulled that $100,000 out. Why can't I just pay $30,000 or whatever my capital gains is on that $30,000? Instead, you have to meticulously keep track of every single Etherscan transaction, gas fee, cost. You know, it's
so
like,
you know what I do? I actually just use my my basis, you know, because I've got between the old Blockfolio wallet and Live Coin Watch, I have all my averages. I just look at the average and it says you sold here. This is your realized gain. I just go realized gain. That's what I'm paying. Like this year, I'm going to pay a not happy amount. But if you're paying taxes on crypto, it's because you made money on crypto, and that's a good thing. So, yeah. Anyway. Let's get behind the wall. Neil is right. We need to talk about, and yes, a lot of the things that we think are the rules right now are going to go away in the next year to 4 years. So again, the fundamental story is nothing's changed. Everything is just fine. The prices are grinding down. Maybe the people at XRP don't think they're going to hit 10 by New Year's. How about all those assholes that jumped on that bandwagon?
you're down more. You're down more than in Bitcoin.
You're all melted. Anyway, dummy's gonna dummy. Am I right? All right. Let's get behind the wall, and then we're gonna talk about what we would buy right now with a brand new chunk of money. Are 5 to 7 assets that we would buy right now. So the pre-2025 portfolio, the pre-folio. Pre-folio? I don't think that's a thing. But anyway.
No, yeah, it is. The pre-2025 portfolio, because it's December 30th.
This is the pre-folio, the pre-folio. That sounds like Pinocchio's brother, who had like one leg and his eye got gnawed out by a crow. Pre-folio. I got to find the little thing. Where's the thing? There it is.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.
Woo woo! All right. Bam.
Look at all these guys, all tax professionals. Yes, this is the key right here. St. Lucia. Move to St. Lucia. Less tax.
Yeah. Okay, what is the current thought around pulling 25? This is also something we discussed. Hawaii, I think you missed a couple episodes, buddy. Okay, so to recap, the problem is that let me leave your question up. Because things grinded, remember 10 days ago we were at 108,000. or 9 days ago, whatever. So this thing has taken a turn, and we're down almost 20%. Oh, really? Did you lose your hearing? No. So the profit I was going to take was going to be between Christmas and, tomorrow. And it grinded down so fast, kind of the week before Christmas, that it beat me to the punch. So I guess I was off by a week. I did get out of Jupiter, as did Brandon. We got out of Jupiter. We went into, which has been a great trade, by the way. That's been a good one.
JLP's holding good. That's good. I mean, we're up 12%, I think, on the trade, something like that.
Yeah, we're killing that trade. So, but to sum it all up, the sell-off in the market happened in a different way than I thought. I didn't think it was going to be a panic sell-off. I thought it was going to be a tax harvesting sell-off. I thought it was going to be a market correction sell-off, and we still might get that. Problem is, it's already ducked 20% off the markets, more in some assets. Look at the last month, and a lot of these things are down almost 30%. That's starting to get to be about the range where people start buying back in again. I'm going to not do anything this week. Nothing. I say nothing. The optimism is something that I'm looking to add in the 60s, $1.60, which I think we could get. Maybe it's been languishing between $1.65 and $1.90 for like 3 or 4 weeks. But yeah, that's the only thing that's like on my I would do it this week list. But yeah, I'm not going to sell because what I was going to sell to take profit, I would have had to do a week early. I'm not going to sell deep into a sell-off. I could end up timing that all wrong. So now I sit on my hands. I sit on these hands. On the other side of it, I don't have leverage. I don't borrow anything. I owe nothing. I pay my credit cards off every night. So it's kind of like, okay, so what? If I look at where were we a year ago, on some things we're way up, on some things we're kind of way down. And so there's another kind of a bell for me saying, I believe what's coming in 2024 is going to be incredibly positive. So I'm just going to sit back and relax and maybe do a little dollar cost averaging. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
I think that at the same time, what happened here, it happens. I think this is kind of part of the tax harvesting a little bit too, but mostly like with that combined with the cascading liquidations that happened 2 weeks ago. And then this is just a normal after Christmas between New Year, there's low volatility. And really the fact that it's held up this well is pretty good because it's just kind of drifting down, drifting. It's not really doing anything. And so typically with low volatility, if somebody really wanted to nuke the market, they could go out and sell a whole bunch of stuff and really fast, and it could really tank the market. So this is just,
this is a good point. This is a good point that Catherine brings up, is that people may sell off, but I think that's going to be more on the equity side. I don't think crypto investors are thinking about taxes and really thinking about offsetting their profits. I don't think that's what's on the mind of the crypto investor. I do think that's what's on the mind of the equity investor. And so there may be some of that going on, but we'll see. I mean, this could be a weird week. Again, it's a low liquidity week. Christmas and New Year came at a weird time where it completely disrupts the week. So you don't get a lot of, traditional markets trading days. You get a lot of half days and weird days and people not at the office days, and everybody in Europe is on holiday, but then they're always on holiday, which is weird because they have stinking economies. Oh, wait. Maybe there's correlation. Anyway, Brandon, why don't we take a look at what assets we would
let's
buy
go over there.
if we were building a portfolio this second, right now.
Here, let's go over. I have a spreadsheet. I'm gonna go ahead and share that bad boy.
Yeah.
So this is our $100 portfolio. This is our percentages last time we talked about this bad boy. So I could
Mhm.
actually move this. Let's put this over here.
Okay.
And then let's clear this out. And then we'll
Okay.
kind of we'll just restart fresh, man. Where are we at? So if we're going to buy stuff, I think Bitcoin's obviously something that I would still, if I was coming into crypto right now, especially at 92,000 Bitcoin, I'm all in, man. 100% Bitcoin.
I am in a range on Bitcoin right now at this price between 15 and 20%. I'm saying that's where I would want to be if I was coming in fresh.
See, I would say a little higher. I like 20% right here. So
Okay.
20, let's put 20% on that bad boy. Yes.
If you're
And
in
then
3,300, I'm doing another 20% there.
yeah, I like Ethereum as well. Let's do that. 20%, I'm solid with that. That's a solid 40% of our $100 portfolio.
Okay,
Boom.
this is going to seem weird, but Cardano is not something that I would want a lot of exposure to, but at 83 cents, I do think it will get back to that 110, 120 range in the euphoria and the jubilance of January. Therefore, that would be a potential 50% gain. And as a trade, I would probably put on 3%.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be closer to 0, but 3% sounds reasonable based on your reasons you just stated.
I'll meet you at 2. I'll meet you at 2.
Oh, okay. Let's call it 2. Let's do that.
Call it 2. Let's call it 2.
Optimism.
Optimism is going to be a bigger one. That's going to be. I'm still with 5 to 7% on that.
You like optimism. I would say, yeah, let's stick
Just
it with
think
7.
the
I like that as it's layer
the
2. It's a good one.
It's too solid. Yeah. Okay. Which again, just so you guys know, that's Matic.
Oh yeah, no, it's well, yeah, it's Matic. Okay. So Polygon,
Yeah.
Matic, whatever.
Yeah. Even though there are 2 complete functioning tokens on it, it's weird. I actually
Yeah,
sold Polygon for like 4 cents higher and bought Matic back when I did that.
Oh
little
my
swap.
gosh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. On Coinbase, same exchange. It's like, okay, well, I'll take the 4 cents. Thank you.
Yeah, this is one that I'm not as excited about as Optimism, and so in that case, I'd be like still at a 2 on this one.
That's a 2. Yeah, it's a 2. They're just once you saw the CEO come out and start whining, people aren't paying attention. Well, give us something to pay attention about instead of fake partnerships. That's like right out of the Chainlink playbook. Okay, StoreJ. I still think data is going to be a big story along with Filecoin. My only worry is, are we still too early on this? You know, like, are we too early? And again, I know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that happens. That's always kind of a conundrum for me, because if we're too early on something, that means we're losing out on gains somewhere else.
Yeah.
Let's just use your Cardano thing, right? So it'll move fairly quickly. As soon as the bull run starts, it'll move up 50% fairly quickly. StoreJ, not sure.
It had that pump to 75 cents. It summarily sold off. It's now sitting. StoreJ is 47 cents. It's still down a third on the year.
Yeah, I'd put it at a 2.
It's a 2. It's got to be a 2. I do believe in data, and I believe that story hasn't been told yet, especially as these AI systems get better and better, which they are.
Yeah.
Filecoin for me is a solid 5.
Okay, still a 5.
It's still a 5. There's nobody else doing on the scale of what, I mean, I think Filecoin might still be the highest number of like useful transactions per day or something like that, where they're actually not like spammy shit that happens on Tron where they're doing like a weather app, and it's like a weather app. Like, look how much people use Tron. No one's using Tron. Justin Sun doesn't use Tron. No one does. Anyway. Okay, Jupiter. Jupiter right now is 0. It's a 0 right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna,
I
I wouldn't buy it. And this is what This is what I tell my buddies too. I'm like, why not wait till January 30th? Like, there's no reason to buy right now. Especially you have ASR coming out and you have but
it's
past January 30th, dude, it starts to look real good for me. Real good again.
Aptos is going to come back. I still like it for a 2.
Yeah.
No change there. Hypercycle, again, we got to be careful because when we talk about this is about compute revenue. This is the kind of a business investment. However, at the 20 cents it's at, my guess is, don't pin me, don't pin the tail on my donkey. Wait, no, that's different. I would say this token has a 2 to 4x in it in the month of January.
There's some stuff coming up. I had a meeting with Tufi. What was it? Saturday? Sunday? I don't know. One of those days.
Did you guys discuss the
Yeah, so we talked about the claim and we talked about all that. I don't want to like bore these guys with that stuff, but yeah, we're all going to be getting a little bit of another drop soon. Yeah, we're going to finish working out the details, and it's a pretty cool little token. Anyway, yeah, Hypercycle has some stuff working for it.
Yeah.
Plus some more announcements coming soon. I hate to keep teasing, but
giant.
Yes, I hate to tease that, but like it's real.
Well,
so whatever.
I got the word last night from Tufi that they got the okay from that entity to start doing press releases.
I saw that. That's good. So they're going to start advertising. And so what Hypercycle has to do, they have to wait till this entity releases their press release kind of first, right? And so we got to wait till they kind of like come out and say, hey, we're working with Hypercycle, and then Hypercycle can explain everything.
Yes. Yeah. And they're closed until the 7th, I think. I think they don't come back until the 7th.
That entity, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, they're in Europe, aren't they? Okay.
Are they out of Europe? I didn't know.
I think their headquarters is their world headquarters.
I thought. Oh, okay.
Because it's what's his name's wife is like the CEO or the CFO or some big thing. She's like a bigwig.
Oh snap! Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So Hypercycle, we're at a solid 5 still, right?
It's still 5. Yep, still 5. And listen, for those of you that aren't familiar, 5 is kind of our normal infrastructure investment. Like we're comfortable with a 5% investment in infrastructure normally speaking. Okay, Sophia's a 0.
Yeah.
Maybe we just take it off the list.
Yeah.
It's not going to come back from 0. The only thing it may be is a trade if they ever launch. I don't know if they'll ever launch. I'm starting to wonder now if that whole thing doesn't collapse in on itself.
That's too bad.
I mean, I don't mean Sophia. I mean the whole ASI thing. I mean, I just wonder if it's funny because AGIX started spinning off these companies and everybody was like, does it need its own company or can it just be these all be features of Singularity Net departments? No, these are companies. And it turns out they should have all just been features of Singularity Net. And so this is really more or less them housekeeping and absorbing shitty companies. And unfortunately, as the investors, we paid the price for their we paid the price because we trusted in Ben. So don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Anyway, all right.
Apparently he doesn't care about the stockholders.
He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He likes to tell fancy lies, but he doesn't give a shit. Okay, Twin at 4 cents. Twin at 4 cents. They still haven't really launched yet. Why? Because we can't build our twins yet. So to me, until we can start building our twins, this company hasn't launched. I don't know what they're doing over there. They're so hyped. They have their newsletters and all this kind of stuff. It's cool. It's cool. The twins are cool. They're like visually cool. They work really well. But I want to fucking build mine. I don't want to sit here waiting. And guess what? No one's going to buy and stockpile and hoard the token if they can't build their fucking twin. And I told them, I'm like, over and over, I'm like, you guys need to let people start uploading information, having dialogues, like communicating and all this. They're like, oh, yeah. Well, any day now. You got to wonder, like, are they just listening to lawyers? Like what? Really? What's going on over there? Because they have cool tech. I've seen behind the scenes. They have cool shit. And Why can't we use it? If they can build twins for Deepak, why can't we build twins for Joe Sixpack? Deepak, but not Sixpack? I just came up with that on the fly. I came up with that while I was saying the sentence. So
I think a lot of hand holding happened during that one, so I don't think it's very automated, the process.
Yeah.
But regardless, Twin, we told them they should have launched with product Dish, and that product, all that had to be was a pool, a place for people to park their tokens, to lock things up, a place where people can actually use their tokens. That's it. That's all that we said, and that didn't happen. So Twin's down to like a 1 for me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Twin is it's a lottery ticket until they launch. It's a 1 or a 2. Put it a 1. Yeah, it's a 1 or a 2.
Let's put a 1.
Okay, Leap. They're doing cool stuff. So I don't know if I told you guys this last week. Did I tell you about Toko Crypto? So basically they're owned by Binance. It's the Binance of like Indonesia. They have said once Libra's main net goes live, they will get a listing on Toko Crypto. That's a big deal. For Indonesia, it's like a Binance listing. I mean, it is a Binance. They own it. So that's a big deal.
Big.
And it means that there's likely going to be a Binance listing sometime later. They're not saying that, but that's usually the pathway. So Libra is going to be, I think it's going to be a good one. They're very smart about how they've been planning their launch. They're focused on both DEX, DEX and liquidity, as well as being able to get their asset out to centralized exchanges and things like that. They're playing the right games. They're talking to the right people. So I think that's going to be a good launch. Hopefully it's here sometime in the next few weeks, but I don't know. They want the Toko Crypto listing to be part of the launch. Also, there's an exchange in Thailand they're trying to get, which is, I think it's a partner of that, and I forgot what the name of it was. I could go look it up. But they want that exchange also as kind of their kind of Indonesia, Southeast Asia kind of launch strategy. And actually, let me look. Bought by Binance. Oh, yeah, it's called N1. The Thailand exchange is called N1. So yeah, and so they're trying to get the N1 launch. Okay, anyway, long story short, to me, it's still a 2, and it's a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, maybe a 3 on. I'm gonna put 3 on that one. I've been working with the Leap team too for the pools and stuff. They at least are a little more crypto savvy.
Yeah.
Ish.
Oh, what do we expect
So that's
the
good.
opening price to be? Shit.
Good luck.
I don't have any idea.
Anywhere from, I think it's going to be at least a penny to 25 cents.
Oh, it would be more than a penny.
I said at least.
I bet it's in that 4 to 8 cent range. I don't know. That's a tricky one. I just don't know. A lot of that is they're probably going to take their cues from those bigger exchanges. Those exchanges will say, listen, this is what we feel, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Sui. Sui didn't sell off too much. I mean, it's still kind of up there. Sui it barely dropped below.
Is it above 4?
It's
above 4,
it's still above 4.
that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
If it's above 4, that's solid.
Even during
it ran up from a buck. So for it not to sell off is pretty remarkable.
Yeah,
That's like, you saw what happened to Fetch after it ran up and everything else sold off.
Yeah,
it dumped.
Right. Yeah, definitely put the bed.
So that's a lot more strength. I like Sui. I'm a 3 on Sui.
Yep.
Where are you
I'm
at?
still a 3 on Sui. I think that's going to be it's the same guys that push Solana. And it doesn't matter how dirty they are. It's the same guys that push Solana. So it should surprise no one if this time next year that token is $22. They're going to pump the shit out of it like they pump Solana. And
Yay.
outages don't matter, just like Solana. And scamminess in the background, and dirty CEOs, and thievery, bribery, corruption, greed, graft, none of it matters because it's the same guys that pump Solana. That's all I got to say. Sui's probably going to do just fine. NewNet, let's call it NoNet. I would put zero money into this piece of shit.
As would I.
They'll still probably pump it. Okay, Graph Token. This is a tricky one. This is one I probably would bump to a 3.
Okay. Especially with their layer 2 coming out, right?
Yes, because I think the layer 2 pump is coming, because I think the Ethereum, when the Ethereum pump comes, then the people will start gravitating towards learning about Ethereum. Oh, what makes Ethereum so great is these layer 2s. Oh my gosh. Oh, layer 2s. Oh yeah. You know what? We should remove NewNet. It shouldn't even be in there.
Take it out.
Yep. Good call,
bro.
Good call.
Good call.
Okay. So yeah, so the GRC, their GRC 20, whatever they do, that layer 2 thing, I think that'll be part of the general pump. Also, I think for that same reason, Harmony 1 could still be a lottery ticket, because it already paid off people pretty good. It was under a penny.
Penny to 5 cents or something, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it did 500%. So people did okay. I mean, I'm a 1 millionaire, because a long time ago I bought it was a little bit less than $1 million, but I just have them staking, and I just keep getting staking, and I made forever. But if it got to like 10 or 15 cents, I'm taking some of that cash, bro. Anyway, yeah, 10x 820. Okay, ASI, Fetch. Would I buy ASI here? Absolutely not. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm on the sell side of Fetch. And the only reason I would be buying, for instance, some tokens that I
don't know.
It
could make a quick move real quick here, I think.
Down?
Yeah. No, I think it bounces back up a couple more times. I do. I think it does.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
It's a spammy coin with no actual value, so those things can move a lot. So that being said, but I don't think I would not. I can't tell anybody to put that in their portfolio with a straight face.
Yeah.
You couldn't have your grandma buy that.
No, not at all. So that means USDC is at 25%. I think that's a little high. I think especially now. I think there's things to buy.
Buddy.
What?
JLP.
Oh yeah, JLP ain't bad at all. That's
what we're gonna have until Jupiter gets gutted. JLP, and I think that's.
I think you could. I think so too. It's safe. It's a good basket. It gets some perps. It's nice. I like JLP a lot.
It's a $5.
It is a $5. It is a $5.
I think Arweave is at 15 and change. This is really close to where I think I should buy. I just got a gut feeling that guy's not dead yet, and this is just a me one. You might not be interested in it. I think it's a 2.
Okay.
But when it moves, it does 50 to 60% moves in the course of about a week. We will get another run. I think we're going to get a run into the inauguration. And I think the first quarter of 2025 is going to be the best quarter in the history of crypto.
I think it's going to be a good quarter too. I do.
The best.
I think
quarter.
it is.
It's going to be
the best quarter in all of crypto. All right. I gotta run. I gotta get to the airport. Anyway, I'll let you finish here. 10 minutes or whatever.
Enjoy it.
Yes. See ya. Hey, by the way, that's posted on the website, and also the pools are working again, so we're good.
Oh yeah. The gaming company, that's GMRT. Let me put my thing up here. That should be on there. Yeah, that would be on there. That would be a 3. That'd be a 3er. That's a 2 or a 3. I think the gaming one is tricky. I mean, I think the gaming one is going to have a big early pump. All those gameplays have big pumps. I just don't know how long it lasts. However, what they're doing generates a lot of revenue. It's not like, play our game. It's like, play any game, even though you don't have any good Wi-Fi or throughput. They're building an environment where people can play games that just could not, for reasons of bad internet, Wi-Fi, and all that. So I think for those reasons, I think that one's going to be a good one, but I think it's going to have a big initial pump, probably get real quiet, and then start building based on revenue. We're also talking to them about building revenue pools as well. So that is on the table. It's on the table. On the table, I say. All right. Brandon's already out. Brandon already bailed. Do you participate in any DeFi liquidity sites where you earn anywhere from 100 to 500 interest or more? I'm going to assume he doesn't because those are mostly bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, it should add up to 100, but whatever's not spent is in USDC, and you should hold at least 10% USDC. Let's see. With Trump promoting cryptocurrency, do you think centralized exchanges that were previously inaccessible in the U.S. might become? Yes. I do. I think that there's going to be a lot of changes coming. Lots of changes coming in the new year. I don't know how fast that goes into effect, but I mean, you could just lift the bans on a lot of these. Like, for instance, there's no reason Americans shouldn't be able to use Binance. I mean, for liquidity, Binance is way better than Coinbase. Way better. Not Binance.us. That's a dumpster fire shit show. But Binance, the actual Binance, which you can still get there by using a VPN if you want to go through all that. But that being said, yeah, I think a lot of this changes, and I also think a lot of people in the U.S. will get access to other exchanges that other people in the U.S. have access to. You won't be, you won't be like walled garden or whatever they call it. You won't be blocked, geo-blocked, geo-fenced. Where do you purchase JLP? You go to your Phantom wallet. You can swap from the Phantom wallet, or you can swap from on the Jupiter site, jup.ag. You can just swap right there, jup.ag, and you can find their little swap function. You can swap right there. You just got to look at whatever's best. You can also do it through DeBridge. You would hook up your wallet to DeBridge. You need to have a Phantom wallet to push it out to. Remember, because it's a Solana-based asset. Ugh. It pains me to say that. Pains me. All right. Okay. Is Leave still trying to TGE at Bybit, KuCoin? Yeah, they're trying with a lot, but what they want, the main one that they're really focused on is Toko Crypto, because that's in the area where they're going to be doing commerce with the majority of their right now clients. Remember, they have a lot of people that are already signed up. So you want that to succeed because you want to get that data and be able to sell it to Nestle and Mondelez and Procter & Gamble and all these kind of companies that are also clients of theirs that are also willing to buy that data. All right. Yeah, they need to fix the situation for New Yorkers. BTC prediction. In 2025, I would be shocked if it doesn't break 200K. I mean, shocked. But I think we could get two pumps. I think we could get a January pump, 130, 160, 180 even, something just crazy. Not just January, but in the first quarter. And then I think we could see things cool off around tax season, so January, February, March, April and May and June, and things get quiet, and then things move up. But there's not a lot in the way. There's just not a lot. There's not a lot in the way. Like, just kind of clean air ahead. So, yeah, I think 200, 250K wouldn't be, that's not at all outrageous. And you could see something really stupid. I mean, we don't know is this like the 2021 run, or is this the 2017 run? And we haven't even started yet. I don't know. Could be interesting. Ronald, could you tell the lead marketing folks to improve their Telegram channel? Yeah, they do need to probably tighten that up. Yeah. Could the macro and rates get in the way of Bitcoin? Well, rates don't matter. Rates don't matter at all. They don't do anything. Remember, rates is backwards facing. and they don't actually affect behavior, except that eventually it grinds down the housing market, the opposite of what they're trying to do. Also, when the Fed says, "Oh, we're not sure if we're going to cut rates on that," remember, these are the same rates that that the Treasury Department has to keep paying. Like when these rates make their way into the yield curve, and to an extent they do in the short end anyway, the Treasury, the U.S. government has to roll over their debt, their short-term debt, at these rates. The U.S. government cannot afford higher rates. This higher for longer was always going to be bullshit. So it's just nonsense. So yeah, there's nothing. Now, could the macro get in the way of Bitcoin? So think about this. If everything's going up, is Bitcoin going up? If the markets are going up and everything's crazy, Bitcoin's going up. If the markets start getting pounded and people are hiding and they're panicking, we're not sure what that means for Bitcoin. I mean, on the retail side, probably people panic out, right? On the ETF side. But on the investment side, probably people bully into it. So Bitcoin has done good in years where the markets weren't great, but it's gonna be more correlated to markets now that you have these ETFs and you have a lot of institutional exposure and you have some level of retail investment that, again, if they're getting bullied, they're going to sell their winners. You sell, in a true catastrophe, everything's correlated one, right? So you sell everything. So I guess we'll see what the changing DNA of the crypto market is, the demographic of the crypto market being more retail. Typically, that would be more macro related, and that would be, obviously the macro picture is not good. Hiring is bad. A lot of things are bad. China may be going into another real estate crash, which would be bad, but that means here come the stimmies. Remember, when things get really, really bad, the government starts, the only thing they understand is give something away for free because they don't have any actual tools. So then you go the other way. And during periods of give something away for free, crypto do real well. So if it got really bad, it got pounded, but not because of Fed raising rates. I think you're correlating things that are not related. Because in other terrible markets, Bitcoin went straight up. So I just don't think, but I do think now, and it's not because of Fed rates. It's because of the macro picture that's led the Fed to think that they're doing something, and then declare that they're raising rates or lowering rates and all this kind of stuff. Bitcoin got pounded in 2022 because Sam Bankman-Fried, Alameda, FTX, Three Arrows Capital, Luna, BlockFi, Celsius. You had between $40 and $80 billion worth of corruption and bankruptcy that just appeared on the market in about a 6-month period. So I'm thinking that had more to do with Bitcoin getting destroyed than Fed rates. Remember, rates, they don't do anything. It's a lending rate extended to a few banks and entities. It's a theater mechanism. It's political theater. It's just like, is this mic on? Yes. Remember, at the beginning of this year, 2024, higher for longer. We're gonna more hikes. That was all the way until like late March, June, April, May, June. Higher for longer. 2 months later, we got to cut fast. They don't. Nothing, dot plot, none of that shit means anything. And it takes a long time for those rates to even kind of melt their way into treasury rates. They're only very loosely correlated. And look, the Fed just cut, a week and a half ago, they cut, and rates have gone up. Even though they cut, rates are going up. So, and again, what you see on the yield curve is hedging behavior. So you have to go, okay, these are guys that understand money. This is the hedging behavior. These are people that don't understand money. The Fed, they're raising or lowering rates by a quarter point or a half point, which doesn't seem very technical. To me, if they came out and said, based on what we see, we believe that we're going to raise rates by 0.29 or 0.37 or 0.16, you'd be like, oh shit. Okay, these guys are doing, okay, this is technical. There's math involved. There's a PhD somewhere. No, it's none of that shit. They don't know what to do. And if you have zero tools at your disposal, you pull the one lever you click on the blinker. The brakes are out. We're going to crash. Put on the blinker. Why? Put it on. Let them know. We know. Yeah, but we're still going to crash. Don't matter. Put that blinker on, baby. Sit back and enjoy the ride. All right. So that's what's going on. Roger Verse says Bitcoin has been held back by malign actors manipulating the market. Yeah, Roger Ver is trying not to get extradited to the U.S. for tax evasion. I know I shouldn't dismiss his argument because Roger Ver is probably more important for Bitcoin than any other human on Earth. He just talks funny. That's all. Uneducated people like led around the tail with the Fed in control because they can. Yeah, I think people that believe in the Fed myth right now, at this point, you're a fool. But whatever. So, and remember, we got a big pump. We got a big pump from the election night on. We got a huge pump. So we got a month, 5 weeks worth of pump. So the fact that things have retraced 20%, so what? They're up 50%. So I wouldn't sweat. This is just even in a bull market, nothing moves in a straight line. These things are always curvy and wonky and weird. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go to Equinox because they have holiday hours. I gotta get in there and get my little workout in, get my cardio in, and get my little steam room in. And I gotta go to the one where there's not 74 people in the steam room all lathered up and sliming around on each other. Don't go to the West Hollywood one, by the way. Anyway, let's call it a day. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything my poor, insolvent, drunk, strung on meth grandmother wouldn't do, which, as you know, is very little. And Brandon, what he's doing, well, he's going from 75 degrees to 5 degrees.
Terrified, wandering mind, the seams have come undone. You've been telling lies to these eyes as if they'd never seen the sun. Now you've let your guard down and your heart is exposed. Now you've let your guard down, but how could you have known that I'm the big fish round here? You're a small fish. I could make you disappear. You should know this. I'm the big fish round here. You're a small fish. I could make